Let's go Broncos country. We are back. This is Mic'd Up. I'm your host, Mike Carmelini. Did the Denver Broncos absolutely kill the offseason? I believe they did. Which rookies are going to start? Who's our favorite picks? We're going to find out tonight. I've got two of my favorites on the show. Glenn Hauser of the 5280 podcast, MHRT Network, and David of David Talks Broncos. David talks sports. David talks Buffs. David talks about whatever the hell you want. He'll even give you movie recommendations. What's going on, fellas? Welcome to the show. Good to have you both back. Glenn, how you doing, buddy?
Excited to be back, Mike. Thank you for the return invite, especially after I got the crap kicked out of me by Bree Maestas. So I appreciate that.
Ooh. Well, to be fair, and that is kind of true. And David, welcome back as well. You won your first. These were both back in February. You guys were like back to back. David, you beat Strez in your first.
Sounds like I got put in the losers bracket still.
You
kids.
Well, it's a 50-50 shot. I mean, somebody's going to win and somebody's going to lose. And to be honest with you, since you won your first battle and Glenn didn't, the chances are not looking good for you tonight. I cannot have you just, here we go. Let's get this started out with 1 point for Glenn. Yeah, it's going to be an uphill battle for you, David. But yeah, it's good to be back, guys. It's been since the draft. We've had a lot's gone down. We picked up 7 draft picks. We've had a mini camp. We've got a bunch of UDFAs. So it's a great time to be a Broncos fan. It's a great time to have all you guys watching. And Glenn, while we got you on the spot, you know the deal. It's May 15th, 2025. Give Broncos country your State of the Union, if you would, sir.
Just like before, but even deeper.
But even
State
better.
Of the Union is but even better. The State of the Union of the Broncos, for me, is excellent. We address so many position issues or potential issues in the offseason. And then I think the draft overall was really solid. And these signings that after the draft as well. I mean, I think our depth is really there. It's going to be very interesting how they construct this roster and who gets cut and who gets put on the practice squad. And it's I'm feeling really good about this team.
Yeah, you should be. That's not the strongest take I've ever heard in my life, but I mean, it'll do. You know what, Glenn? I'll give you 5 points. Here we go.
This charity,
David, what
really...
do you say? What do you say, David?
There are teams right now where this is the height of their offseason because they're concerned with winning the schedule release video madness, whatever's going on.
Chargers.
Man. We had, the Chargers. We had the worst one in the NFL by far. I do not care about it because we're going to win the AFC West this year. That's right.
David knows how to play this game, Glenn. You forgot how to play the game. Let's go.
There you go. I'm back. I got to switch it up. Hang on.
There we go. We got it.
All right.
I love that. I think we're I mean, let's talk about that for a second. Glenn?
Well, I could do this for you, Mike. You just never. I know this is right up your alley.
Oh my God! There we go. Well, tie ball game. We'll go tie ball. Glenn, let's talk about that for a second. David brings up a good point. Are we competing for the AFC West now?
Absolutely.
Or are we still going for second place? Or are we playing to win this shit now? Let's go.
I was never more optimistic about us competing this year and our trajectory. In our time frame going faster than watching the Super Bowl and watching the Chiefs just absolutely lose it before the first snap was even made. They are a vulnerable team. I mean, I'm not saying that they're a team that we shouldn't be worried about or shouldn't be thinking about as being a threat, but I feel very, very confident the Broncos could be playing for that division in the 17th, 18th week here.
Yeah, I think that would be awesome. David, what do you think? We being realistic here tonight, or what are we doing?
Yeah, let's look at the division. Broncos better, Chargers better, Raiders better, but most importantly, Chiefs worse. They had rotational guys getting $15 million a year contracts on the market. They're not going to be able to replace that depth all in one off season. Nah, man. In 6 months, they're going to be talking about, well, we saw this coming with how many close games they won, right? This past year. yeah, it's going to be between us and the Chargers. And yeah, we're not worried about the Raiders. We're just not. It's going to be between us. We got swept by the Chargers, but I couldn't care less about that because, guys, we got some brand new stars on this team that are absolutely going to make the difference in why we're going to win those games.
Yeah, excellent. Well done. Let's hit these guys, shall we? Let's talk about possible new starters. Let's start with our number one pick, Jade Barron. Is that how we're pronouncing it? Jade.
I'd say Jade.
Are those all the same? Did
if
I
you're going to go
change?
Charday or something,
Sade?
Swedish taboo.
I got another reference that David has no idea what that means. We are so effing old. Oh my God. I love it. I love being old. David, let's start with you. Jade Barron, is he starting this year? Nickel? What do you say?
If we just spent a first-round draft pick on a guy that ain't going to be starting, massive failure. Sounds like an Elway pick. No, thank you. Of course he's going to be starting. He's better than Riley Moss, although I love Riley Moss. I'm going to say that. He's better than our cracker back, but we're going to be great.
So you don't see him going to the nickel position? And
yeah. I think in nickel we'll see him start there.
Okay,
but I want to be surprised, man, to see him on
the outside
all over the place, man.
He's supposed to be versatile, right, Glenn? Like this guy can maybe even play some safety. Is that a thing?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say versatility wins with this pick. He's a guy that slid down further than was expected. He can play safety. He can play linebacker. He can play nickel. He can play slot. He's just one of those guys that we're going to be able to plug in. And to hang out with PS2 and spend time with Riley Moss and this defense, I think the guy's going to really thrive. I mean, I didn't realize that J-Mac had such a bad year last year until we drafted Barron. And then you see the stats, and he's like 413 yards that he gave up after the catches. And I mean, that's just a tremendous amount of production for the other team that he was responsible for. So no question, Barron starts.
Yeah, I love that. He, J-Mac, you're right, though. That's kind of when we noticed it too, because he makes a few splash plays, and then you, like, in the back of your mind, you're thinking, all right, that's our guy. But when you look back at, like, it wasn't pretty at times. So this is a big upgrade for the defense. Add Greenlaw and Hufanga to that. You start getting into the best defense in the league conversations, which we're not going to do tonight because that's crazy. Let's wait until we see it on the field. My guy, my favorite pick, RJ Harvey. Glenn, he's 1A or 1B, right? He's a starter.
He's, again, absolutely the starter here. Biggest hole on the team going into the draft. We didn't get guys that most of the fans were clamoring for, but RJ Harvey is an absolute stud. I had to suffer through him absolutely running over my New Hampshire Wildcats last year in the opening game.
Oh, nice.
So I'm like, who is this guy? I'm like, this guy is unbelievable. But what I really like about him is he's already been watching tape with Sean Payton during the rookie minicamp. He's already put it out there that he hopes to be better than Sproles and Kamara. This guy is head and shoulders above what we have presently on the roster, so he's going to absolutely be our starter.
I like how we've got a 5'8" running back that's head and shoulders above anybody, but Danny DeVito maybe. But hey, wait a minute, David, do you know who Danny DeVito is?
Oh yeah.
All right, we'll give you a point just for that. Completely. Okay, well, here we go. What do you say, David? Let's talk about RJ Harvey. Are you in love yet? Or are you waiting?
Oh yeah,
to see?
and I think just looking at our running back signings, might I say that he's going to get like a workhorse amount of work to as much as like Sean Payton, is willing to do that. Again, you don't draft a 24-year-old running back to save mileage. No, you're not doing that. I strictly see this as like giving him a ton of work for the next 4 years. And if we get anything out of RJ Harvey after that, then that's just, icing on the cake. But I think, we don't draft this guy in the second round or at pick 60, not to play him a lot.
Yeah. So who's 1B? Is it Estime? Did we make too much out of the Buffalo benching? Or do we take Sean's word or whoever's word about how he's had conversations about their faith in him and all this that came out in the offseason? Is Estime, does he have a clear path to be 1B, or is he fighting for a roster spot or something in between? Glenn, what do you say?
I think that we haven't actually made enough of the Estime benching. We had our biggest game in 9 seasons, and a draft choice is benched for a guy just coming off of an injury. I know, seriously, he was in a heap on the side. Yeah, exactly. We still don't exactly know what happened to him, but a back injury, and
we'll never know.
And our big stud Estime is inactive. I don't know how we can consider him the second back on this team at this point. I think he'll be lucky to make the squad, but third at best right now.
Well, David, you have something to say about that, I imagine.
I think it's not going to be Jaleel either. I think Blake Watson has a better chance of being the number 2 guy than both of those guys. I still think probably who I would favor would be a free agent signing, either Nick Chubb or J.K. Dobbins. We got those comp picks, those 7th round comp picks next year. So I know it's annoying to have to give the Chargers one of them, but I mean, come on, man. We're talking about a basketball player that we're giving to the Chargers, right? That 7th round pick.
Yeah, it's weird that this running back room is so bad that we're having trouble finding like another running back to be in the backfield with our rookie running back. It's just crazy. And to bench Estime for 2 plays for Tyler Bidet. Yes. Tyler Bidet? Did I get that right? Tyler? God, it's been a long off season. I'd almost forgotten about the rest of the running back room. I think David makes an interesting point, but he's almost like the A.T. Perry of the running back room. Like he's got this pocket of like believers, but I don't know. We'll see. All right, let's do. It
wouldn't be a Broncos podcast if A.T. Perry didn't get mentioned.
A.T. Perry didn't come out, and let's hope Mario's not watching. Of course, he's not watching because he'd have a fit.
He's watching basketball right now.
I think everybody's watching basketball right now. It says 91 people are watching. Some people are sick of the Nuggets right now. Are you guys watching the game in the corner of your eye? What's the score? Anything? They start yet?
We're up by 4.
I have not.
Up by 4. All right. Thank you. All right, 10 comments here. Let's do a couple comments. They're probably all from the same. Now we got some new ones. Here we go. This is a guy after my should have drafted Scatabo. Let's go. I wish I could give you points. Guy knows.
It's called pandering. Victory lap.
It's pandering. Yeah.
Yeah, we should do more things like the New York Giants. Don't you agree?
I agree.
Let's go, A.T. Perry. Oh my God, you get me in trouble. You imagine Russ right now. You know what? I think like Russ's first. We're gonna get into the schedule a little bit later, but like I just picture Russ's first meeting with the Giants, like just wanting to clear like what his new slogan's gonna be. Like that'd be the most important thing on his plate. Like, it can't be let's go, or let's ride. New York Giants, let's ride. It's got to be like New York Giants blue balls or something. I mean, I don't even know. They probably went through about
that's too controversial for us.
Yeah, blue balls.
Right.
Did you see him with they had all 4 quarterbacks there, and then he's the only one in football pants
with his pants on? Yeah, of course he was. Oh my gosh, he's so cringe, dude. It's just like his. I was so excited about, and we don't need to talk about. We don't need to talk too much about, but I was so excited for him to come to town, and that very first press conference he had. I started out with, all right, let's go. And then he started talking. I was like, oh my God, he's just, I wake up in the morning ready to win a Super Bowl. I'm here. And it was just like, he was just reading off like every cliche line. I was like, wow, this is really, really bad. So, and it turned out about like that. Let's not do that. Let's do this. Now here's a guy I knew nothing about until after the draft. Pat Bryant. This is a tougher call, I think. He's going to have a role, I think. He's got to, right? If he shows out in camp, he's going to have a role. David, maybe not starting, but he's in the rotation, right? Is he going to be in the rotation at running back room?
Starter by the end of the year.
Well, let's go.
Yeah, I think he will be.
Yeah.
He encapsulates everything Sean Payton loves in wide receivers. I think he's
list those things for us, would you?
I think he's a good route runner. He doesn't
great
drop
hands.
the ball.
Great hands.
And most importantly, he is relentless in the blocking game. So I think that you'll probably see him first get snaps in the slot, but I could see him eventually kind of like being used outside a little bit. And I love Cortland Sutton, but who knows? Maybe he could be kind of the heir apparent for that type of role to an extent. I think that he just strikes me a lot, kind of like Cortland in a lot of ways.
And he's a taller guy too, right? He's a bigger guy too. Is he like 6'3" or something?
Yeah.
Could be. Glenn, what are your thoughts on Pat Bryant?
I agree with David. And one thing that also I should add, in what Sean Payton likes about him, he reminds him of Michael Thomas, his stud receiver with the Saints. He always compares some of these players to his past guys. And Thomas is really one of those guys that he absolutely loves. I don't think he's going to start, certainly not off the bat. I do think that Vele is actually going to be the top receiver for the Broncos this year. That's my hot take of the night. But I could see that.
It's a batshit crazy take, but it's
Bryant,
a good one.
I think it's gonna be Sutton and Vele to start. It's as the two wideouts, but I think he's gonna get plenty of time. I think he's gonna bump Troy Franklin down. Actually, even though they're two different types of players, I think there's just not going to be enough room for Franklin to bust past Marvin Mims when Bryant's playing as well.
Yeah. Gosh, that's a little crazy, but it's kind of nice to have enough names in that room now where it's not so obvious where the catches are going to come from. Like you got, talk about Evan Ingram. So now you've got, this might be fun. Training camp's going to be fun. We'll see how it comes out. But I love the fact that Pat Bryant seems to never drop a football. Vele's also really good, but those two are kind of similar to me. I don't know, in a way, and maybe they're completely different. But Vele and Bryant kind of remind me of each other from what I've watched. Really good hands for the most part. Not the fastest guys under the sun, but they play pretty fast on the field and. It's nice to have. It's nice to have. I think 5 guys that could all play a role, and hopefully Mims continues his progression. So, David, do you have anything else to add to that?
He should just be hitting his prime right now, right? He's going to be 28 years old. All right, so let's go. Let's get to it, Vele.
I love it. Hi, Mom. I think my mom's watching. Hi, Mom. I hope she's not in the comments. Because that could be, she probably doesn't know how to do that. You don't know how to do that, do you, Mom? All right. So
you just popped in to unsubscribe, which was.
I need you to go to the super chat button.
I don't qualify for that. Remember, you have to have like 1,000 subs. I'm at 900. All right. Speaking of camp, because we're going to talk about camp, mini camp's over. That's just guys running around in shorts. But like every year, somebody's going in the Hall of Fame during training camp. Yes. Who's going to be our training camp Hall of Famer this year? David, let's start with you. Who you got?
Well, in order to be a Hall of Fame player in training camp, you need a great story, a great personality, and you have to just be demolishing guys, especially when the shells aren't on, right? So there are a few people that meet this criteria for me this year coming into camp, but I'm going to go with one of our rookies. I'm going to go with the basketball star himself, Caleb Loner. He was boxing everybody out. And my hot take is that he makes the 53, no doubt about it. And we cut Lucas Kroll because we got Caleb Loner. He's going to be boxing dudes out. He's going to be throwing guys out the club like Gronk in the blocking game. It's going to be great. And maybe we'll see him continue that 100% touchdown catch percentage he's got going on right now in preseason. I think it could be a lot of fun.
And Cecil Lammy is not going to put up with that slander on Lucas Kroll. Let's be honest. Oh my God.
I mean, it would be. I mean, we're State of the Union is great if we're cutting our best player. So there you go.
I mean, he's our best player, clearly, right, Glenn? Who's your Hall of Famer for camp, Glenn? Make your
I'm going to go
right
with
here.
Jeremy Crawshaw this time. You know, I think as
the
franchise
Australian, big leg, glorious mustache. I mean, I think this guy's going to be a fan favorite out there, just booming the punts, but more so, I'm looking forward to the interviews afterwards. So, I mean, obviously tongue in cheek, but
you think he'll talk to Zach Bye?
I didn't hear what happened with that.
Oh, that was the Marquette King one, right? Wasn't?
Yes. I got you. Okay, all right. No,
I thought D-Mac actually almost got in a fight with him with that punter. It's crazy. Our local Broncos beat guys get a little too a little too something when they get to camp. Whatever camp does to people, it does it to them because they get a little like they get right in people's faces or something. I'm not sure that that's probably the smartest thing to do for those guys.
Yeah.
But,
well, as long as they keep the credential, it's going to keep the behavior keeps continuing, right?
Yeah, I think so. So it's off season. I wanted to ask you guys, like, which is worse for you, schedule release or the uniform stuff? Glenn, we all have to report this stuff. We all have to talk about this stuff. Well, you guys do. I don't, because I don't. But we're going to talk about it right now. Like, when you have to do the schedule release show or the uniform shows, what was worse for you? Did you do both?
I think probably the schedule release, mainly because by the time the show is happening live, everything's been
old
leaked.
News.
So it's old news. It's old news. At least with the uniform, we had something to be excited about, something to look forward to. It's not something that happens every single year. It's so I'd go with the schedule release from a discussion standpoint. I do enjoy the videos. I think one of the unsung heroes of this year's was the Titans with the schedule Rizzy. I don't know if you saw that. That was that was really
good. Yeah, I did.
But I'm going to go with schedule release.
Yeah, David, you talk about everything under the sun. I know you did multiple shows. Probably on all this stuff.
Actually didn't care to do a video on either of these topics, so I was really excited for the schedule release, and the video was just so bad that I just decided if the Broncos aren't going to spend any time on it, I'm not going to spend any time on it either. So but I would say I think we've done a pretty good job with the uniforms. I think that
I like the uniforms.
The new uniforms, I think they have aged well. And so I am cautiously optimistic about any other new uniform we put out there in the future. So schedule release, bad. Uniform news, I think kind of invigorating.
Saucy.
Yeah.
I didn't react a lot to the uniforms last year. I thought they looked good. I thought they were an improvement over what we had. I wasn't nitpicky. A lot of people really got into the minutia of the stripe here or this, whatever these diamond things are. And the meaning, with the marker or the thing, like, what about this and what about that? And I was like, I don't know. I mean, they look good to me. And like you said, they aged really well. I like watching them on the field last year. There was maybe one or two uniforms that I thought was like, I don't know, but for the most part, I thought the Broncos looked great in their new uniforms, and I'm really happy with them. And I guess there's some new rules this year about alternate helmets with, jerseys, so we can have all whites if we want now or whatever.
Goodness.
So
all
right, it's a close ball game. Let's do a little taboo here. This is gonna be a little different. I told you guys what's going on here in the Carmelini Ranch. We got a lot going on this week. Unfortunately, but I did have time to put together a little something for you, Glenn. You are going to get all these things are associated with John Elway. And then David, all of yours are going to be Manning's. So you'll go second. Glenn, you're going to go first. There are 10 things. I got my timer up here. We'll give you 1 minute on the clock, Glenn.
Sounds good.
Now, so these are 10 things associated with John Elway. I'm going to try and get you to say all 10 of them. And I'm just checking them real quick because these were made by my lovely assistant, Chewy. All right, those kind of make sense. Oh, cute. Okay. And then, oh my God, David, good luck. All right.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. I get that too. Okay. All right. This is going to be fun. Glenn, first, John Elway. Things associated with John Elway. This first one's really easy. Here we go. Okay. The number he wore on his jersey.
7.
When you get in a car, you go for
A drive.
4 words. After the Super Bowl, Pat Bowlen said these 4 words.
This one's for John.
Okay. This is a type of aircraft without wings. It's more like a rotary aircraft that you would fly in the military, like a Black Hawk or something. It's a
Helicopter.
Thank you. Okay. Hall of Famer Dan, another quarterback from the 83 draft.
Moreno.
Elway's nickname.
The Duke.
He went to school here.
Stanford.
He was drafted by this team.
Baltimore Colts.
Maybe his second best sport. He was really good at the sport. He could have played the pros.
Baseball.
In a manual car, the transmission, you have to push this with your foot to
Clutch.
Clutch. With 4 seconds, he gets all 10. I mean, this was great. These all make sense. You got the number 7. You got the drive. This one's for John. You scared me on helicopter. I wanted to reach through the kind of choke you there for a second. Marino. Okay, that's fair. Duke, Stanford, Colts, baseball, and clutch. That's all fair, right? That's all Elway stuff. Well done. 10 of 10. Here we go. 10 points for you. 44. All right. Big David, let's go. What's the score, David? What's the score of the ball game?
Are
we still winning?
No, we're down by 4 now. So.
Okay. Perfect. Got them right where we want them. All right. Here we go. All right. These are all. I got to reset. How do I reset? I guess I have to let it run out. All right. So these are all going to be Manning questions for you. You guys can't hear that timer go off, can you?
No.
Okay, good. It's really annoying. All right, here we go. 10 things associated with Manning. They start very easy. The number he wore on his jersey.
18.
Okay, this is the space between your eyebrows and your hairline.
Forehead.
Okay. This was where he was injured, and he had
his neck.
Okay, this is his nickname. He was known as the.
Oh.
He's not a marshal. He's not a police chief. He's a county. Oh my gosh.
Sheriff.
Okay.
Okay.
Sheriff.
Thank
Yes.
You.
Okay.
That's not military. Come on now.
He was the first overall pick. The second pick was quarterback. Ryan. Okay. His brother's name is
Cooper.
His other brother that played for the Giants. Yes, he was also drafted by the same team that the Broncos drafted. Who drafted Manning?
The Colts.
Okay, these are like TV spots that are between shows.
Okay,
like 30 seconds
Commercials,
long.
Nationwide.
He went to school at this college,
Tennessee,
and he. Oh shit! Well, you got 9. The last one is like another name for a handgun or a. It's like
the glove.
Is a pistol. Yeah, that's a tough one.
Oh,
but you got
pistol
9
formation.
Yeah, pistol formation. Hey,
right.
This is a football family here. I think we're tied again. You were 1 point.
Yeah, I need a bonus point for that Cooper one. I threw you for a loop with that answer. Oh, you're muted.
I hate this little mute thing on my microphone.
Yeah.
I hate the fact that you said Cooper and it took me a second to know what you were talking about. But yes, strange, but wrong. It's not the word was Eli. It wasn't like name a brother. So, I'm sorry. But it's all tied up. So well done. What we got? What's going on here? Let's catch up here.
My thumbnail said
is this for you?
Bryant better than Sutton? Because I had to, pique people's interest. So definitely playing on the clickbait.
Well done. Like, how do I know that's for you and not me? Oh, is there like a way for me to
Because there's
tell
the
that's
link.
one of yours?
Plus, I know, Mike, you don't do any of that clickbait stuff.
Oh no, I
I do
don't.
it. Yeah,
I
I
know.
do it. So I
You guys
deserve it.
have to. You
I
get
know.
what you get.
Yeah, I
I
know.
mean, I watch
Thanks
all
for
your
sticking
stuff.
with me,
So.
JB. Sorry. I mean, I meant to bait you, so I guess I can't apologize for it. But thanks for coming in and setting me straight.
You said it was Sutton? Oh, it was Pat. Wait,
Yeah,
what is
yeah.
your? I gotta check out
Pat
your
Bryant
thumbnail.
better than Sutton?
Oh, all right. I love it. You think you bring him back in? All right, here we go. Let's talk about schedule for just a second here. What games are you guys circling now? You got there's some interesting games here. Obviously, was it game 7? Is that the Giants when we get a chance for that game with Russ? What else are you guys looking at on the schedule that kind of piques your interest there? Anything out there that's David, what do you think?
Have
you thought about this at all? Is this clickbaity?
I mean, I'm really looking forward to Travis Hunter coming back to Colorado. Jags come into town week 16.
Oh,
that would be a lot of fun. And remember, a lot of people were upset, that he wasn't, myself included, part of the Thorpe conversation. So he'll probably be going up against Jahdae Barron in some of these situations, wouldn't you say? So that could be pretty fun. And then the other one that I'm looking forward to is honestly, man, the Jets, because I follow these guys. They're called the New York Jokes. It's a son and his father, and they just film their reaction to like watching Jets games live. And that's how I found them last year, was seeing them just crash out the whole game with our game against them, and it was just hilarious. So I'm very much looking forward to watching the New York Jokes make a video about us destroying them in London.
Shout out New York Jokes on YouTube. Glenn, right? They got a YouTube channel. Glenn, what games are you excited about here?
I think the 3 that really stick out for me are Cincinnati, Philly, and then the Christmas Day game, or Christmas night against the Chiefs. Like the fact that we're playing the Bengals and the Eagles in the first 5 weeks of the year, that could really set the tone for how that next stretch goes for us. And then, like I mentioned earlier, I really think that the Broncos are going to be in contention for winning that division deep into the season. And the fact that our second to last game is against Kansas City, I think that it's going to be, especially Christmas night, because we've traditionally done so well in games on Christmas. So those are the 3 that really are sticking out for me.
Yeah, love that. I think that Cincinnati game's a big game. I agree with that one. I don't think either of you guys mentioned the Washington game. Commanders with Jaden. That's going to get hyped up. That's going to get hyped up a lot.
Sunday Night Football, yeah.
And I know they don't play each other. Although someone put up something on Twitter, a picture on Twitter. I can't remember who it was, but it showed. It was DNVR. Like had a thing with Jaden and Bo on the field at the exact same time, and it looked like Bo was actually pass rushing him or something.
It did look like that.
And I was like, well, I mean, I'll buy that. But so the Jets in London, like how are we on international games, guys? Let's can we get into that a little bit? Like, I guess I'm just I guess with the 17 game schedule, it's better for me now. But I think that's the only saving grace for me. Like, I guess if I was super rich and could go to any international game I wanted to, it would bother me less. But I hate the fact that the fan base loses an opportunity. And I hate the times that they always start the games. Like, you kind of like turn on your TV and realize that your team already lost, or like the game's almost over, or something. You're like, oh shit, they played at like 7:30 this morning or whatever it was. Glenn, what are your thoughts on international games, and particularly Jets in London this year, as opposed to maybe the Colts in Germany? They got kiboshed.
Right. I'm excited about this because the team wanted it. I mean, they did want the Germany game, but Sean Payton did want an international game, and it hasn't been confirmed, but the speculation is that the Broncos were offered a bye um, after the London game, but chose not to and pushed it back. This is one of those things where I think Peyton does well, is that he really values the team spending time together, and the fact that this is a really good opportunity for them to spend essentially 2 weeks together, because I would guess that after the Philadelphia game, they're gonna hang out on the East Coast for a little bit, for a couple of days, and then go to London, probably midweek. And but it just gives them an opportunity to bond. I had heard, and I don't mean to ramble, but when Aqib Talib had gone back to the Broncos, they asked him what was the key to the team in 2015, and he said that they hung out all the time. They spent a lot of time. This actually Zach Allen meant.
David, this is before you were born, so you wouldn't know this, but yeah, go ahead, Glenn.
But and Zach Allen said that the team is very close themselves, and that Talib even said, it's even good to even bypass some football stuff that you could be working on and just spend time together, and that was a real value for that. And so I think this presents that really well, and I'm excited about this.
Yeah, I think Coach does a good job of making that happen there, and then like the core of the team now is pretty good at that too. But these things come with success and with winning too, and then it just multiplies. So I think it is a huge factor. The team becomes close, they hang out, they win for each other, they lose together, and yeah, I think that's a great point. In fact, I'm gonna give you 1,000,000 points just for that. And David, Jets in London, what do you love it, hate it? Where are you at with that?
I love it. I think it's fun. I like to see them travel internationally. I think it's always cool, like the coverage on it. I will wake up early every blue moon to watch like an F1 race if I'm interested in it. So it doesn't really bother me too much, the strange kickoff times. I think with the 17-game schedule, I think the ultimate plan that Goodell has is for there to be 8 home, 8 away, and 1 international game a year. So I kind of see it as not taken away from a home game long term, and I'm glad that this one isn't a home game for us. So yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's fun, and yeah, if we can start to grow the game more internationally, which is what we're doing, I think it's a huge win.
Well, it's certainly a huge win for the NFL. I think that you might be wrong about the 8, 8, and 1. Because they're going to go to 18 games. That's coming with the freight train.
Get done? Yeah.
Oh, it'll get done. Yeah, the NFL gets whatever they want. They always do. They'll get it. Mm-hmm. So that could be 2. That could be 2 international games, or something crazy like that. They have to do maybe. Season's going to get longer. They're going to have 2, maybe 2.
They got to expand the rosters to like 65 guys at that point.
That's fine with me. There's plenty of money to spread around.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Let's go. All right, good job, both of you. Here, I'll give you a little. All right, here's where we're at. David, you got no shot.
DJ Williams,
already
let's
go. I do want to know, Glenn, who was your favorite pick out of our draft? Who's your guy?
I really loved this draft, and I'm excited to see how they end up producing for the Broncos. And RJ Harvey aside, the one I'm most excited about.
If you say punter,
no, was David's Hall of Famer is Caleb Lohner. I think this guy. He literally has Mike Vrabel statistics. He's got 4 catches, 4 touchdowns. But. This could be if you just have seen the way you can just lob it up to him, and these other guys these defenders do not stand a chance. 6'6" and an 8th. We can't shortchange him. I think
the 4 times he did it. You're selling me on the 4 times this guy did something.
Yeah.
If you could just see this guy,
right.
4, I've done a few things in my life 4 times really, really well too, but we'll see.
If you both have the same length of a highlight tape, 30 seconds.
I have 3 kids.
So that's
I'm 75%. He's 100%.
That's what I'm most excited about, to be honest with you.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. David, who's your favorite pick in this draft?
Well, I'm gonna go with Glenn's Hall of Famer, Jeremy Crawshaw. I think that this is fun, man. There were a lot of people, and I said before the draft, I said, y'all get ready for us to use one of those 6th-round picks on a punter, because right now we signed a backup punter, and everybody got in a bad mood because we didn't draft some loser, Kyle
There we
the
go.
guy who's got like a RAS score of like 4. Are we really getting our panties in a wad over these 7th-round running backs that we passed over? Guys, a long snapper was drafted on day 3. Guys, a kicker was picked before we picked a punter. No, we got our franchise punter, Jeremy Crawshaw from Emu Plains, Australia. Emu Plains, Australia.
With a
He's
name
a
like Emu
franchise
Plains.
punter. When was the last time we had a franchise punter? Tom Ruin?
Well, no,
Luke
it was
Prestridge?
after that. Maybe Tom Rowan. All right, fair enough. Crawshank redemption.
We've lost Mike.
I
Mike is just
mean,
befuddled right now.
I mean, you got Loner and the Crawshank redemption out of that. Your favorite
the
picks
Sean
in the
Payton
draft.
bong hit picks. Let's go.
That is, Loner's definitely the bong hit pick for me. I thought the punter made perfect sense.
Yeah,
where
there are
we
people
got him.
mad about that we
no.
we passed on some crappy unathletic running back at that man.
Yeah.
Who cares? Who
Yeah.
cares?
I did see you talking about that on your show one night, and I was laughing because you're right. I mean, finding the gems in the 7th round are always just like some crapshoot luck of the thing. You're not really missing anything there. So
I guarantee you, this guy Crawshaw is going to play more snaps than any other 6th-rounder is this year. I'll bet on it.
I mean, there's a good chance, but you're counting snaps, so that's just like punting snaps. We're not going to punt, right, this year more than
he's going to be the holder
4 or
too.
5 times, right?
Oh, he's the holder.
That's right. He's going to hold.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then he's going to.
David's right on.
It's going to be snaps. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep track. We'll report back to you, Broncos country. Don't worry, I got your back. Now I don't know how. I know David. I know you get into this stuff, Glenn. I don't know if you've tipped your toes into this water, but David, tell us about a UDFA player that maybe struck your fancy a little bit. Is there one? Isn't there a linebacker or something out there that you're like, this guy's maybe got a chance, or are they all just
we
camp bodies
say,
and gone?
he's been dropped of all charges, any allegations.
There we go.
Clay Spray, baby. Clay Webb. He is my guy. He is going to make this roster. He is an interior lineman that eventually will start for the Broncos. That's how I feel about it.
Get out of
Clay
town.
Webb, let's go. 5-star recruit, top 30 guy in the country, coming out to Georgia. Had to leave because of that high school prank gone wrong, allegedly. It wasn't even his fault. It was his friend. It was his friend that did it. His friend's
It was my friend's weed.
Yeah, rule number 1, always have a fall guy. Clay Webb had a fall guy, allegedly. And now where's he at? He signed with the Denver Broncos. We love him. We love Clay Webb. And I can't wait to see him be the replacement for Ben Powers.
Love it. That's a great take. I'm glad you had somebody ready there. Glenn, you got anybody?
Can you give David an extra point for that? Because Clay Webb and 69, like for I'm just glad David didn't.
It was such a nice take. I just wanted to leave it at 69.
I'm just glad he didn't call him a load or reference the water boy or anything.
And Perna and Mario actually finished the game tied at 69. So
I remember that.
It's still on the table here. It could happen. Glenn, what do you got?
So, I mean, just going with, I'm going to do a tribute to my guy, Gage Madrid, who you need to have on the show, by the way, Mike.
Yes.
He loves Johnny Walker, outside linebacker from Missouri, a captain, another guy that the Broncos love these captains. Gage did scout him at one of the All-Star games and loves that guy. So I'm going with him. I'm going to go with him.
I like the 69-69 final score. So
I gotta say, you gotta follow Gage on Twitter. It's so funny seeing Gage cuss on Twitter.
What makes you think I don't? What makes you think
he's
I don't
so
follow
mild
Gage
mannered,
on Twitter?
on the show that he's just dropping F-bombs on his Twitter when he's all pissed off.
He's
I like
so
his
good.
new hat he's wearing. His little hat he's wearing.
that hat.
in his little closet or wherever he does his show from, his little closet. And you look down and there he's going, and there's 5,000 views, and it's like, why is this guy so popular? And then you listen to him and you're like, that's why, because he's really good. He's just really, really good at what he does.
Just a cool guy.
Yeah, I'm a big fan, and I already reached out to him, so get off my back about it. I have a perfect pairing for him, and when the other person's ready, then Gage will be on the show, because we're Gage lovers here. I think we've kind of covered just about everything I wanted to cover with you guys tonight. I wanted to get you out of here early so you can watch the rest of the Nuggets game.
I don't know if I want to watch the rest of it.
All right, where are we at on that? Is it
We're down by
over?
3. I just, Jamal's playing this flu game.
Oh yeah, it's flu
I
game.
don't know.
Now it looks like all these comments are
I got to see
yours.
my clickbait worked. Got
a
lot of engagement.
Fired up.
On
I don't even
Sutton,
know what that is.
Bryant, the whole wide receiver room.
There's one of our guys right here, Jeremy. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Yeah, your JB guy is going off, and Victory Lap was on mine, and then he jumped over to yours so he could. And you know what? You're in the doghouse. Victory Lap.
I love it. We're building a nice family, but y'all, please go subscribe to MHRT and Mike.
52,
links in my description to their channels.
And as soon as I learn how to do that, I will put people's links in my descriptions too. Somebody's going to teach me how to do all that stuff. I'm new to this business. You guys are the old pros. I'm just the young buck here trying to get along. David, I gotta do this. Glenn,
do I remember 9/11? Yes, I do.
I wasn't going to go to 9/11. I was going to say, I mean, I think I should probably give you a point for the Cooper. Did I give you the point for the Cooper, or did I not give him?
No, in
I
fact,
can't remember.
If you didn't, you not only didn't give him a point on the Cooper, you dragged it out so he didn't get the last question to be asked.
I dragged it out. That was my fault. Well, he would have got. Would he have ever gotten Pistol? I don't like the fact that Glenn just called me out on my own show. I don't think that's very fair. I would think people in the comments.
Listen, I already sense that I'm not going to be. I already sense that I'm not going to be back, so I'm just.
Dude, let's get this show banned. Let's break out
the. You know what? I got letters or notes from YouTube because of the Perna Mario show. Like I got all kinds of crap that was like we did on that show. That was like, hey, you guys, and you did this too, and you did that, and it was like it got like shadow banned to the garbage. It was like 200 views or something. I don't know, 400, whatever it was, but it was like my last was like 900, and that one was like 200 or something. And I was like, wow, what happened with that? And then I opened my email and it was like Google, YouTube, Google. And it was like, oh, we said that? That's terrible. We shouldn't have said that. Like it got out of hand. Not like the Engage 8 that we were briefly on. David and Glenn, you were watching that.
Yeah, I was watching
that. Glenn had one of the best comments I ever saw. I can't remember what it was, but I saved it, and I would like to. I'm going to award you a point for that. And Glenn, I
think I said Frankie has rabies. I think it was
rabies. That was right. It was so bad.
That was weird.
That was so crazy.
Experience. The 15-minute monologue at the end of the show. No,
oh my gosh.
Great too.
I saved it. I'm bringing that one back out in a few years. I'm going to have to. So I've got people that want a little prediction. Let's do a loose, we'll give our final predictions for the season, but the schedule's out and we're not even at camp yet. We don't even know who's playing anything, but we'll go, we'll give Broncos country what they want. They want a little, a 12, 5, 11, 6, whatever we want to give them. I'll go first just to take the pressure off. And I think we do improve, but I don't think we're going to be crazy improved, but I'm going to say 11-6 is my record prediction sitting here right now. Glenn, your turn. What do you got?
I think that, we had 10 wins last year. I feel like we have the players to get 2 more wins. So I'm going to go 12-5.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of 12-5. I think the schedule, I don't know. It can be kind of tough schedule in some ways too. But then there's like a whole bunch of easy games in there too. I can see it both ways. It's early. David, give us your schedule prediction.
Well, you guys put me in a box here. So here's the thing. Yeah, I thought we'd win 10 games last year. And we did that without a tight end worth a damn. We did it without, any running backs with any sort of juice. And we got better on defense. PJ Locke no longer a starter for us. Back to his good role as kind of that main safety off the bench when we need him, right? Alex Singleton, maybe he kind of, I don't know, he might get cut, but right now he's playing next to Dre Greenlaw, which I feel like that's a big time upgrade. That he doesn't need to be our top off ball linebacker. That's nice. But guys, we have like a real offense now. We got real wide receivers. We got one real running back. We got one real tight end. We got a basketball player who I have been saying he's going to catch 2 touchdowns this year. I'm saying it. He only needs to learn how to run like 3 routes right now. If he can just master those 3, Sean Payton's going to do all sorts of things with him. And it ain't going to be pretty for these NFL defenses. So, Bo Nix going into his second year, 14-3. That gets us AFC West title, baby.
Shut the front door.
I love it.
I love it too, man. That's
I forgot to mention we got a punter that can punt way better than
oh my god.
He's called the franchise.
That is such a bad take. I'm taking one away.
Mike, Mike, 2 months to get your mustache in line with our punters.
My mustache?
Yeah.
I think I'm losing more hair at this stage of my life than I'm gaining it. But
Crimea River, man.
Oh yeah, good call. Sorry, Glenn. Sorry to bring up a sore subject. All right. Like I said, I want to keep it a little short. It's great to see you guys. Great to have you back. I can't thank you guys enough for coming on. I think it's going to be a fun season. We'll definitely have you back on, during camp or whatever. It's kind of weird in the off season. Not a whole lot to talk about, but I mean, we find stuff, right? And when it happens, we do. And everybody in the chat, Glenn, you're my winner tonight. I can't let David win 2 in a row. He's got way too many followers. We got to knock him down a notch. His head's getting too big. All his followers are all up in my comments. It's just like, it's hurtful. It's hurtful.
Yeah, we're a cult, baby.
But
save some for the rest of us, David.
No doubt, man. You guys are the best. I love you both. And look, let's get this. Let's have a great off season. Let's enjoy the time with family and friends, and keep an eye on the comings and goings. And when's camp? Late July? Do we know? We get dates on that yet? Anybody?
I haven't seen dates.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of it's going to be a minute. June's going to be a minute. Let's hope nobody gets hurt or does anything stupid and gets arrested. We're not Chiefs here. We're not going to do that. Everybody's going to be cool. And apparently our 2 best players are our 7th round picks.
It's a great draft
round
when that's
picks.
the case, right?
Loner and the Croshank Redemption are going to be our 2 best players. Cecil Lammey is going to start a whole new show, and it'll be all about them. And I can't wait for it. I'm here for it. For Glenn Hauser and David, guys, thanks again for coming on. It was a great show, as always. Go Broncos, and we'll see you guys down the road real soon. Go Nuggets.
Go Broncos.
Too. Go Broncos. Let's go.